We're going to do using AI to maximize your eBay sales and profits. And that's exactly what we're hoping to get out of this. So we're going to do just a real practical guide for what you can do with your eBay program. You look on the bottom left, that's my personal email, dadviceforyou@gmail.com. I have a YouTube channel that's going to be Dad Vice for You, where I'm going to post this video along with others that I'm going to have. And I'm also going to post it on that Profit First site on school. So we'll have it in two places. You can access it through your Profit First account, or we can do it on my YouTube channel. So an overview of what we're doing. I'm going to do an introduction. I'm going to do some examples of use, that is just bullet point examples of what you can do. I'm going to list out suggested sites. So get paper and pen for you to write them down, unless you know how to do a screenshot, so that you can take a screenshot of what I'm going to have on the screen, or you can just write them down. But there are going to be sites where you need to go to utilize the artificial intelligence that we're going to talk about. I'm going to do real world examples, and we're going to do some playing around with it. We're going to answer questions for you. So what is AI? It's in its simplest definition, it is a supercharged search engine. I think one of you guys mentioned that you're doing some Google searches and you're starting to notice that the Google machine is telling you this is an AI answer. When I talk to Siri, she will sometimes tell me or ask me, can I use ChatGPT to answer this question? And when I say yes, it will then go to ChatGPT, get me the long form answer, and then read that answer to me. So it is a search engine, but it's on steroids. It will learn your tendencies, it will learn your habits, and it will learn your needs. So when I'm saying it learns your tendencies, if you consistently search for the same thing over and over and over again, it's going to learn that that is what you look for. And it will tailor its answers toward that. When I get in my truck now to go to a restaurant on Friday nights, it knows that that's my date night. So I get in the truck, my wife shuts her door, I shut my door, I turn on the truck, and it knows it's Friday night, it knows it's 6 o'clock, and it knows where our favorite restaurant is. And that pops up on my Waze app that it's 30 minutes to that restaurant.
Wow.
That's kind of scary.
I know it is.
That's AI learning your tendencies. It learns your habits, and then it learns your needs. So you say it's scary, but I look at that going, that's pretty cool. It's beginning to know what I want. It's beginning to anticipate my needs, and that's not a bad thing in my mind. I'm okay with that. It will become a true assistant. It'll become your right-hand person for you. It will become the assistant that you don't have as a single business owner. It will expand your knowledge and expand your abilities. It is trainable, and it learns more and more as it's used. The more you use it, the more it's going to learn about your tendencies and what your needs are, and it will begin to anticipate those. That's not a bad thing. Think of it as your personal assistant with multiple doctoral PhDs about any subject. If you want to be an expert on a particular thing, AI will help you with that. I don't know how many times that you do it, but I ask a lot of times about drug interactions to make sure that what's going on with me and the different drugs that I am taking for my conditions, are they interacting? And it solves a lot of problems for me. So it's got multiple PhDs. The way it works is that when you ask it a question or ask it to do a task, it searches the web and pulls off information from multiple websites, puts those together to create the answer. It will answer very complex questions, and we're going to do some of those tonight. I'm going to take you, when we get done with this, we're going to go straight into the Chat GPT and another version of another AI, and we're going to compare. I'm going to ask the same question two different places so that you get the answer, so you can see the difference, is what I'm saying. Because they will have differences, and you'll learn your tendencies by finding out the one you're most comfortable with. It'll create plans. It'll create business plans. It's going to create a business plan for you guys tonight, and I'm going to tell you that's going to be part of your homework. Is that you're going to create a business plan for your area code or zip code on how to be a profitable online seller with a daily routine and suggestions on what categories to source. And that's going to come from the AI tool we're going to do tonight. It will even create complete product listings. We're going to do that tonight as well. But always remember to check your work. It can make mistakes, and we catch them. And I'm going to show you a mistake it made tonight for me on one of my listings. So I'm going to show you how it will work, and I'm going to show you where you need to be aware of the problems. I showed my sweet Carol tonight a video on Facebook. I said, "What's wrong with this video?" And she looked at it in about 30 seconds. She says, "That's not real. That's AI." Correct. I said, "All right, now tell me why." She said, "Well, their skin is too perfect and they're the wrong size." That was it. You'll learn the more you use AI, the more you will learn to recognize the fakes. And there's a lot of fakes out there. So just be aware of that and check your work before you post it. In the end, you're responsible for your work. It will write full-blown articles. It'll write blog posts or just simply answer your question. If you want to ask it what time it is, it'll tell you. But then if you want to ask it what time is it in Helsinki, Finland, it'll do that. If you want to ask what time it is in Helsinki, Finland, and what is the moon phase, it'll do that. It can go further and further and further. But that's up to you and how far you want to take it. It'll optimize listings and titles and give you competitive keywords on a specific topic. I had a product today that I didn't recognize. It was a Levi's, the model number is 311, and that's all I knew about it. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a product description and analysis of Levi's 311 jeans with keywords. And it was 2 pages long. It told me the style, how was some kind of skinny jean. It was a woman's jean. It was it came in 4 different colors, and it gave me the color. It wasn't just blue. It was some kind of weird name was the color. It gave me a full list of keywords for it and asked me if I would like to have it write me an eBay listing. Sure. And it did. Then it said, "Would you like to have competitive pricing?" Absolutely. And it gave me competitive pricing with suggested links to competitive listings. It's amazing to me. I love it. It can create store banners and icons, and I'll show you that I've done that. This is my store banner for my eBay store, created with AI. Since my company's name is Cedar Creek Sellers, I said I want a logo or a banner, and I had to say what size because it has to fit a certain size for the website Cedar Creek Sellers. That I want a valley with a stream running through it that is lined with cedar trees. And that's what.
Nice. It's cool.
So don't be paying people to create logos and banners for you.
Mhm.
Just go to ChatGPT and type in what you want and let it do its thing. Now, you may have to do 2 or 3 attempts at it. What you would do here is like, well, I want the trees to be greener, darker green. And it will redo it and put the trees darker green. You can say, put a guy on the side over there on the left bank fishing for trout. It'll draw it again with the guy on his left bank fishing for trout. get creative with it, give it more instructions, and it will learn what you want it to do. But this is what I use on my store. It, in its simplest form, can remove background images. eBay does that fairly well. There are programs that do it far better. We're going to play with those tonight. But it can remove background images for your all your images on your items. It can enhance images, such as sometimes my images come off a little dark. I can brighten them up. It can stage product listings. We're going to play tonight with a teapot. And we're going to stage that teapot on a marble countertop. But I took the picture on my table over here, on a plastic table with junk in the background, with paper and printers and stuff in the background. And I did that on purpose to show you how far you can go with AI. This past week, I had an early morning message from a customer that said he would like these Dickies shorts modeled. Would I model those shorts?
I saw that.
I know.
And I told you guys I have the body made for radio. So this is what I did.
That's cool. Mm.
I got to pick my model. There's like 4 or 5 different male models. I picked one that's a little older because Dickies are not necessarily for the younger crowd. So that's what I did. It literally took 60 seconds for it to render that picture.
Wow.
And then I can make changes. I could change the guy. I can make the shorts a little lighter, shorts a little darker. I could change the background. If I didn't like the cityscape, I have multiple. I had like 10 or 12 different backgrounds I could choose from.
Wow.
And it was simple to do. Now, here's a little benefit that I didn't realize is that once I did this, the views on that listing just exponentially jumped. It went from in the 30s to now it's over 1,200 views in about 3 days. And the only difference is that picture is the thumbnail. Now I kept the other pictures, didn't delete them, just added that as the thumbnail. Now it's much more popular. All right, so AI can analyze videos and produce a written overview of the video with lists. Recently, I found a top 100 blue jeans. What are the top 100 men's jeans? A video. It was over an hour long. Dude, I ain't watching that. I'm not going to watch it with a pen and paper either. So I put it in an AI tool that I'm going to show you tonight. It took less than 3-4 minutes. Now, it's not something I'd like to show you live, but you can do this yourself. It analyzed that video, gave me a written list in order of the top 100 men's jeans with a description for each. It is unreal. No way am I going to spend an hour of my life watching that video, but I'll let the AI tool do it because I get much better results. So suggested sites for the night. This is where I want to give you the opportunity to write these down or do a screenshot so that you can save them. So eBay does have some AI tools. They'll do a background removal, which is their simplest thing. They do have a listing tool. It is very poor as of today. When we're doing this recording, would not recommend it at all. There's much better tools off of eBay to do the same or better. So background removal is about the only thing I would do at this point on eBay. And even that is better off the site. But there is AI tools on there, and I'm sure they'll get better with age. But right now, they're pretty sucky. Chat GPT is the original. It's the good old faithful.
Mhm.
You can do a certain number of searches per day under the free account. I have a paid account, so I have not only unlimited searches, I get the upgraded faster search, and I get priority search over the people who are doing free accounts. It's all of $20 a month.
Mm.
And I use it all the time. So it's worth it for me. I have it linked directly to my business credit card, so it just renews every month. And I get more than my $20 worth out of it, much, much more. So it's the best one. You've heard it being used by Siri already, and oh, don't do it. She's over here talking to me. She heard me mention. I'll have to be more careful of that. A new site is grok.com. This is from X, which is Elon Musk, his companies.
Mm.
It is a little bit different. I'm going to show it to you tonight. You will notice that there are differences. There are differences in the way they answer, the differences in the way they will point you in a certain direction. I've used Grok when we were testing it out at work, and it suggested when we asked it what was a good way to advertise our business or our product. Of course, it suggested having an account on X and having that type thing. It didn't mention having an account on Google. No. So it was a little bit slanted. So I tell you that so that you can understand that there are some slanted views on these different sites. And just be aware of that. Just be aware of it. Notebook LEM. That is the one that we will use to analyze the videos. It will do analysis of brochures and PDFs, articles. It will do those type of things. I actually learned this from Bo on one of his videos, and we now use it on a regular basis. Okay, these are some additional sites that we're not going to cover tonight. There's Google Gemini, which is their AI tool. It's going to give you its version of the answer. It's worth using. It's not a bad thing. It's just I don't have time tonight. And there's Google Lens. You should use this when you're out searching for items to do quick analysis. You would go to the Google app on your phone, and there's a little camera icon. You touch that, take a picture of the item, and it's going to give you all the different listings it can find of that item. And it will give you some good suggestions on pricing and whatever. But it's a good use of Google Lens to figure out a product. And then there's Microsoft AI Pilot. I know nothing about it. I am not a Microsoft guy. I'm an Apple snob, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. All right, so questions. Let me look at the chat. Okay, what program did this? Well, it's the program I used. If you're talking about the banner, I used Chat GPT to do that banner. What AI tools are you using for photo manipulation? That would be Photo Room, and we're going to use it.
Yes.
Photo Room is what I have. There is a monthly subscription version, 15, I think, so dollars a month. And then there's an annual version, which is like $90 a month. There's a 7-day trial. So you could start off with the per month 7-day trial and then decide at that point whether you want to continue that or not. I have the desktop. I work on my Apple stuff here. I've got my Apple desktop here, and then I got a 4-foot monitor over here. So I utilize about 6 foot of space here on my desk. So I've got multiple windows open at once that allow me to do drag and drops. Yeah, I'm a snob. I'm an Apple snob. I don't see any more questions if I missed one, re-ask it. Put it back in here and I'll jump on it again. All right, no more questions? All right, let me see. Elizabeth. Oh, okay. Yeah, do I utilize or recommend using AI photos for all your thumbnail pics? Okay, it's not a short answer. Well, I guess the short answer is yes, I do. But the longer answer is eBay does list on Google. So your searches or your items do occasionally come up in searches on Google. Google likes a white background behind the image, so it blends in better with their overall background. They like that better. It has been rumored in the past that they give higher search results to those type pictures. It is a savings as far as size of the image. It's smaller. White background is smaller. So there's the advantages to there. I like all my images to be very similar, if not the same, for the backgrounds. And that could be my OCD, which I have OCD and I just play with it. I deal with it on a daily basis. So yes, I do. I have all my images with the same white background. My son, who is also an eBay seller, he sells video games. And what he has done is he takes a picture of the game just on his table, on a plastic table with decent lighting. He takes his image and removes the background and then puts a background that makes it look like the game is hovering over a table with shadows and additional lighting. It looks good. So he went with a different background. I like it. And it works well for him. He's moving a lot of games with that. And if your images look better, cleaner, you might command another dollar or so. You might get chosen over the next guy. And that's something that you want to keep in mind is as we're doing this and we're optimizing your listings, you want to outdo the other cats. You want your item, if that item is going to be sold, you want it to be your item. Because there's a lot of different items out there that could be not identical, but pretty close. And you want your listing to stand out and above the others. So for me, yeah, I do. I want my listing to stand out and I have all my backgrounds white. Well, okay. Have I seen better results with a white background with something like the model or compared to, I guess, the one with the model? I just know the views have gotten better with that one. I haven't sold it. So the guy who wanted me to model it, he didn't buy it. It wouldn't have fit me anyhow. But I am going to do this. I will take the time to get a selection of items, maybe 50, maybe 100. So it's a good sample and make those changes and select them and then list them. Let's see what those do. Let's see if they do better. If I start selling a lot of them, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to do all of them. But I want to test it and market it to see if it is or it doesn't make a difference. I don't want to put a lot of effort into it and not make a difference. Can you use AI on listings you already have? Absolutely. And Joanne, we're going to do that. I'm going to show you how we can analyze and optimize an existing image or existing listing. We're going to do one now with just a picture of a teapot. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's play.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing. Let's play.
Play.
All right. We are looking at now Chat GPT. You can see the web address up here. It is a blank slate. This is where you can do whatever you want to do. This is where you would ask it. Seriously, ask anything. And that's exactly what it means. Let's jump into creating a business plan. Give me somebody's area code. Who wants to pop it? Give me an area code. All right, there we go. Okay, all right. Here we go. So I see some now. Create a business plan for area code 702 for an online seller with recommended products. Mm,
Just cool.
How's that? Create a business plan for area code 702 for an online seller with recommended product categories for a highly profitable business. Create a daily planner and suggestion for sourcing locations. And I'll watch how fast this thing will do that. Fairly complex question.
Wow.
Gosh, wow.
I know. It's like, whoo.
I wish I could do it in that short a time. My days are much longer.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it has all the thrift stores in
Oh
Las
my
Vegas.
gosh. Yeah.
It even gives you the address.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I've only used it for recipes, which is good, but
My son is a chef, and he said he takes his camera, takes a picture of his refrigerator, the items in his refrigerator.
Oh
Oh.
yeah. I never thought of
When
that.
I cook with
Yeah.
this, and it will give you suggested meals, the recipe
Awesome.
using the items that are in your refrigerator.
Oh, I gotta try that.
All right, so I just blew through it, but here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the instructions that it took from me here. It put it into its own words, right?
Wow.
Here's your executive summary for sell primarily on the eBay, Poshmark, and Facebook Marketplace. If you don't know what Poshmark is, we can do a class on that. I
I'm
sell
on there.
about 50% of my products on Poshmark. We sold 6 on Poshmark today, 2 on eBay, 2 on Depop, and 1 on Amazon.
Mhm.
So that was a
Wow.
blood shipping day.
Mhm.
Here is the categories that you would use. Now, I can tell you, I did this earlier for 407, which is my area code. The only thing, let's see, this was here, then designer and vintage was here, golf equipment was here, and electronic and media. Otherwise, all these are specifically for Las Vegas, and you can
Yeah.
tell because it's casino Vegas memorabilia.
Yeah.
Here's your daily routine. Here is your suggested sourcing for the area, including website to go find estate sales.
That's a good one. Mm.
Here's Max Pond, Gold and Silver, Super Pond.
Wow.
Where is Broadacre?
That's
That's
recommended.
at North Las Vegas.
And then fantastic indoor swap meet. That is so specific to that area.
Yeah.
All right, here are some YouTube creators that you can look at. It's suggesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then average sale price, monthly listings, monthly sales goal, monthly revenue target, profit margin, and net profit. Now, here's the next thing. Would you like this turned into a printable PDF plan and expanded into a 90-day launch checklist? And if you say yes, it will do that for you.
Wow. That's cool.
All right, Nancy, you used your area code and didn't have YouTube channels to watch. Okay, ask it for some.
It should.
In fact, let's do this. I'll give you an instruction. This is how you teach it to learn. From now on, give me YouTube creators to watch. And that command from now on, it's just taught it that very thing. So from now on, when you ask a question, it will look and give you YouTube creators to help answer your question.
Just a resell. It's good. My gosh. It's funny.
Most of these I've never heard of.
Yeah, me neither.
Like a weekly watch list or a breakdown of some specific videos to focus on each stage of your reselling journey.
Hmm.
You can do that as well. All right, so you're getting, all right, I'm hearing a lot of wows, and that's what I'm hoping for.
I know. I
right,
didn't realize how much. Ooh.
When you do that for your area code, how far out from your area code is it going to give you locations for? My area code is 407, and that would be basically 3 counties of Orlando. That's just about 1.3 million people that live in those 3 counties. But if you want to, you can say within X number of miles of zip code, then you put your zip code. And it will do that. It will look at your zip code and it'll draw a circle, X number of miles, 50, 100, whatever. How far are you willing to drive? You can say within 3 hours of zip code, and then put your zip code. I'm letting that sink in for a minute. All right, any questions? See if I missed anything. All right, so let's take another look. Take this to the next level. You ready for the next level?
Yeah.
All right, have you guys written down the Chat GPT location, the URL?
We have to sign up for that?
No, you can get, I think, 20 searches a day at no charge.
Okay, that's what I was. Yeah, I forgot. Yes.
And so you can test it out. Now your searches are going to be not as high a priority as mine. So if you and I search at the same time and the server is busy, I'm going to get priority because I paid. But you're not going to see that much more degradation. It's not that bad. So it is at least worth trying out on the free. So
Is it an app?
is there what?
An app. Should we have it on our phones?
I have it on my phone. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good.
And my $20 subscription moves over to the phone or the desktop, whichever. So I have it on my desktop. I have it on my iPhone and my iPad.
Okay.
Just follow me wherever I go. All right, so let's unshare this. This is a listing. Okay. So I've got my listing with the vintage Lucky Brand 361 men's jeans, 38 blue denim, 5 pockets, straight leg. This number on all my listings is my inventory number. That's my inventory. It's a men's. 1440 is the actual sequential number. So I'm telling you that now. So when you see it, you don't have to ask, what the heck is that? It's my inventory number. So this is a white background that I just deleted the background. You can see the background here was supposed to be a gray blanket.
That's what I have.
I think that's and I don't like it. So I do that. You can see the other pictures that I have. all these work out to be, I sell a lot of these Lucky jeans a lot. This
Really?
is something that, oh yeah, and I sell them for good money.
Hmm.
This is something that I do that most people don't do. My wife and I came up with this sheet of paper. On this side, it has all these fill in the blanks.
That's a good idea.
So I don't like the rulers stuff. I think take a picture of the waist, take a picture of the length, the rise, the inseam.
Yeah.
That's 4 pictures.
Uh-huh.
I sit there and I get my measuring ruler stick, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just calling out numbers. I call it waist is 19, length is 38, rise, and she's writing all these down. And when we're done, we even will circle excellent, good, or fair so that we get an idea. So later on, when we're creating the listing, I've got everything right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in one picture. So you'll see that on all my listings. Then I take pictures of the inside. So now you get an idea of all of what I got. Here's the item specifics. I fill out everything. I don't leave any blanks. It might be the OCD in me again, but I don't have any item specifics that aren't filled in. Sometimes I will fill in things that maybe you don't think fit that thing, like theme sometimes.
Yeah.
I fill that out to the hilt. I put all kinds of
Here's
stuff in
theme,
there.
outdoor modern. I mean, I'm going to fill in every line. Then here's my description. The first line is a copy of what was above. Item details, the measurements, keywords, and hashtags. So that's
Now you put hashtag. Does hashtags really work?
not in eBay, but it does in Depop.
Yeah, and Posh too. Yeah. Okay.
I'm multiple cross listings.
Okay.
So I do one description for all 4 platforms. So that's why they are where they are. So this is my listing. So now let's take this copy, that. Now we're going to go, now that you've seen it, mental picture of what I got, let's go back over to the chat software. There it is. There it is. Okay. I'm now in chat software. I'm going to start a new chat. All right. Analyze and suggest optimization. I'm using big words. Or including keywords, comps, and suggested price.
Okay, you just copied the top. Okay, I see what you did.
That work?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see what it does. It's going to look at that listing, search the web to find the listing.
Oh my God. Listing keywords.
So specifically, there were people in this audience who were asking, how can I improve my listings, or can AI improve my listings? Okay. There it is. Now let's take it back to the top. See what we got. Let's go say, all right, here's an overview of what you got. Here's the title enhancement. This is what it's suggesting for my new title. This format includes brand, model, size, color, fit, and material keywords. Okay. Item specifics. It's making sure I got all the item specifics correct. Competitive analysis. All right, so it's showing me what has sold on eBay. My current price is 27 plus 1025 shipping, which is correct, which is within the competitive range. All right, that's good to hear. I'm glad that. But it is suggesting that I consider offering free shipping and adjusting the item price accordingly to 35 with free shipping. Continue accepting best offers to attract price-sensitive buyers. So yes, it will take an existing listing and do a complete analysis of that listing and suggest improvements. So this is really good if you're about to end and list again.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. All right, I got to move along. Questions about this? Well, the chat slowed down because I got your attention.
Mhm.
That's exactly how I got your attention.
Mhm.
All right. If there's no more questions about this portion of it, then let's take and go to the next level. All right, this is photo room. You can do remove background, AI background, that is adding in a background, retouch, or do full-on AI images. I used to pay big money, which was big money to me, to get this done on Fiverr. If you don't know what Fiverr is, we can do a class on that. But I used to pay 50, 600 bucks to get this kind of stuff done. And now I can do it my own self. Oh, I need to go back to chat. So excuse me when I do this. We're going to do this. I didn't show you this, and I need to before I can do the photo room. Create an eBay and optimized eBay listing from the attached photos. Take 5 photos. That's the most you can do is 5. Take 5 photos of a product. I took these ahead of time so we can do it. I'm going to drag them over. Took 5 photos. Did not do any background removal. Just took 5 photos of a teapot on my desk. There it is. All right, guys.
Yep.
It measured. It sees the yardstick, so it knows how tall and wide it is. It knows it has gold trim. And then there it is.
Yep.
And I know that that's accurate from listing teapots. I do a bunch. Every time I get a teapot, I sell it. But that then, from just the 5 pictures, created a pretty good listing.
Yeah.
Now, would you copy that and create a listing,
Yep,
paste it to a listing?
sure would.
Hmm.
Just copy. Go right over to eBay. There's my title. Then I would copy this as my title with hashtags and keywords. Now I would make sure that it's all right.
Yeah.
So the height is correct, width is correct. I didn't measure the base, so maybe it is 3.5. I haven't looked, but if it did get that, it got it off of this particular image, and it measured it from here to here, so it might be correct. I didn't measure that. So now, if you're not impressed by that, even though it took me 3 tries, That to me is impressive.
That's, yeah,
All right, so
very helpful.
now to photo room.
Very helpful.
Yes, I do find that I often have to change or modify or tell it to do something different. Say, if it had not given me the price, I would have asked it for this. I would have asked for the suggested price. If it did not give me comps, I would have asked for comps. So you can ask for additional information. In fact, it does say on here at the bottom, usually it does have me. Let me know if you'd like a second version for auction format, or if you'd like me to cross compare with specific comps.
Hmm.
So there you go. So yeah, you can ask for additional information. Or as I did earlier, from now on, always give me pricing and comps. And you had just taught it. Does it sometimes give the wrong info? Yes. And that's why you have to read it. Generally doesn't misspell, but did it originally come from England? Yes, it did. I know that because of this mark at the bottom. Made in England, fine bone china. So it does read it. Those one-page measurement things that I do, it reads all of that and it inserts that as well.
Wow.
It's just, to me, yeah. So yes, it will make mistakes and you do need to make sure that it is correct. So don't just copy paste list. No, you copy paste and analyze, make sure it's correct because you're responsible if it makes a mistake. Not AI. AI is not to blame. It's you to blame if you let it be posted that you made the mistake. You let it go through. All right. Remove the background. You want to try that? So I'm going to select a photo. There are my photos. And I just showed you something, a little shortcut. It asked me if I want to start with a photo. I batch loaded them all at one time. So this is why I told you that the tools off of eBay will do it better because I can load them all in at one time and it will remove the backgrounds across all of them all at once. I can change the size. Yes, is there a question?
Can you go with a listing you already have? Can you go in and remove the backgrounds?
You can in eBay. I don't know that you can do it here. Do you have the original photos? I save all my photos, so I could do that.
Yeah, no, I don't save any of mine.
So you want them in square mode.
Right.
So there you go. They just revert all in square, centered. What kind of background would you like? You can do any background you want. All these are the ones that come with it. You can do countertops. What kind of countertop would you like them to sit? I'm assuming it's working. Looks to be. I know it does take longer when you're putting in backgrounds. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's sitting on a countertop and not my office table over here with my printers on it. That's product placement. That's what this particular tool can do for you.
I use it for my shoes. I've been using the eBay one. It's not bad. Like the wood, it just stands out a little bit better.
You want wood? We got wood.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you decide to use that background instead of the white one that you said earlier Google prefers?
You can do what your preference is. I don't know that you're going to be punished, penalized, or anything.
No.
Well, just as far as what's optimal.
If you ask Google, they're going to tell you to make a white background.
Yeah. I get more sales when I don't have that white background. So,
And I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I'm just going to tell you that you have a lot of choices. And
yeah.
you got Valentine's, you got Christmas, you got Easter. You got a lot of choices here to make your items stand out. And that's what you want to do with all this. Whatever's going to make your items stand out.
Yeah. Yep.
My son does something like this for his games. Look sharp. They look really sharp.
Yeah, it looks natural. Looks, yeah.
I like the shadow in the background.
Yeah.
This is the photo room app. It's a lot faster when you're doing multiples. You can do a whole batch at one time.
Yeah.
I did that model and I selected the tool and then I drug my picture of my shorts into the tool. And then I picked the model that I wanted. And 60 seconds later, I had that image.
I like that. That's cool.
So it does give you an advantage? Maybe. That's up to your buyer. But I know the tool's here if you want to try it, if you want to use it.
Yeah, I think that helps, especially with certain items. Needs to be on a model.
No, I got a question. What kind of lighting do I use? Well, I've got some decent lighting in my eBay photo room, but this can enhance the lighting. It can. It can make it lighter. It can be directional light. You can improve the lighting with with this tool. You certainly can.
I like that.
All right, now I'm at the end of an hour. So what other questions do you guys have?
You said about the lighting. Was that on photo room or AI?
Photo room. Photo room
okay.
is AI. It is artificial.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just have the basic, the free. I did have it paid, but I just do the freebie now. No, show how to put the shorts on.
So you want to see the shorts going?
Yeah.
Man with and without the shorts.
No, I can't do that.
That was a good one.
I wasn't even sure that I could do if the dude had hairy legs under there from.
I think that's
Also-
what your customer was after.
Oh, he wasn't going
He
to
was
get
seeing
mine.
your legs coming out of those shorts.
Not happening.
Not gonna happen.
Nope. Okay, let's do this. It's fine. All right, here's a pair of ugly jeans. It's just a pair of Dickies blue jeans, work jeans. Just I'm bringing the picture over. Yeah, you can see it.
Mhm.
Oh, I know it's wrong. No, it has to be a JPEG. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be a JPEG. So I have to convert that to a JPEG. And then
Okay.
Was it before that?
it was an HEIC.
Oh,
That's an
Now, is that the size? Is that the size?
no, that's an Apple image.
yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Here's just the basic image, right? And here's the models.
Oh, geez. Oh my gosh.
All right, I can put it on a girl. Zoe, she looks pregnant. Ava looks pregnant. Julie,
Uh-oh.
Dina, here's Reese. Now that's who I used. Maya, Avery, Casey, Jordan, Kendall, Taylor. Come on,
Any chance those are real people or probably AI as well?
they're all AI, and you know
Yeah. Yeah.
because you don't have the rights to their likeness.
Right.
That's how you can get away with this.
That's what I was wondering about eBay too, having
Yep.
my stock photos or whatever. I don't use it.
It's it will take at least a minute to do. There will be slight differences. When I did those shorts, those were Dickies shorts. When I blew them up, the Dickies logo was not the same logo. So it really wasn't a Dickies logo. So
Oh,
I could use that image and ain't nobody gonna get me for rights, for commercial rights. Because I paid for this image, this actor,
oh, okay.
I paid for this, for the use of this. And the
Okay.
Dickies shorts didn't have a Dickies logo. It just had a little square logo. Unless you blew it up, you weren't gonna see it.
Mm. Yeah.
All right, it says 100%. It's not done yet. Give it a few more seconds. I know this is an eternity when you're trying to show it. And you're all anticipating. Come on, come on. All right, there he is.
Wow. Okay.
So you have the different versions, and these are carpenter jeans, by the way. So he's got his little hammer loop over here. You do,
Yeah.
so it is accurate from that standpoint.
Hmm.
Is that worth it? I don't know.
Gotta try it.
We're gonna find out.
Yep.
But here's my concern, and that concern is, if I don't do it, will somebody else do it? And
Yeah.
they be better than me. And I can't stand that. My personality will not allow that. I don't, I'm a very bad loser. The drive I have is to be a winner. And I think this might get me the edge that I need. Does it show the imperfections? I don't know. That's
Hmm.
much as I can blow it up. See, view, zoom in. Can I zoom in?
So you only use that one model photo as your main, and then the rest of the photos are the normal ones on the
Yes.
listing?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's as large as I can make this on your screen. The only imperfections on the original photo were some wrinkles, and they're not in here. In the background, there's no background on the new picture. So I would have at this point, I would download it to my local computer and then upload it to the revision on eBay. That's it.
Hmm.
So, John, you're talking about misrepresenting. That's to me not misrepresenting. That is that picture on that dude. But
Just
it's not,
showing, yeah, wearing the pants. That's all.
and misrepresenting is taking the wrinkles out, because that's the only difference. Is the wrinkles. Now,
Yeah.
all right, let's back up. Let's do this. Let's do some virtual model. I'm going to find another picture. Let's do this. I've got pictures of items that are not perfect, such as they have distressed items, distressed images. So let me see if I can find some of those. Okay. And let's see. All right, so I got some jeans that have some distressed calves and knees, as well as they're whiskered, and they have something kind of in the pocket area. So you're going to see some imperfections, hopefully, in this picture. Can you share a photo room plan with your family? Yes, they do have a family plan. Let's see if this is distressed enough, because I agree with you. You do need to be reasonably accurate and not making it look too much better than it is. But it's going to look better on a model than it does laying flat on a fur blanket.
Mhm.
Just that in itself is going to look better. Right, you're seeing the whiskers and you're seeing a little bit of distressing here. What you're not seeing is it right here on the other genes is a slight problem. But it's right here. But yeah, it is a little distressed here.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's John, I don't know that this is going to satisfy you. I'm going to show you the other image. The one I took, the original image. Let me share that. This is the image that I used. So this is what I'm not seeing, and I'm not seeing it. So this is what I used, and you're not seeing all this.
Yeah.
So there are differences. I'm not even going to pretend that there's not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's your homework. I'm giving you the Chat GPT website, the Grok. I've told you about Gemini and Windows AI Pilot, which I know nothing about. They're all supposed to be similar, but you need to come up and do some things, right? Get it, see which one that can list from a photograph. Take a photograph like I did of something with the measuring stick and width, height, and all that. Take pictures of the item. See if you can create a listing from that. Get an existing listing. Copy the address of that listing. Tell chat to or tell the AI tool to analyze and optimize with suggestions for your listing. How can it better make it a better listing? What are the comps on it? Is your pricing right? Do those things with the AI software, whichever. Do with multiples. But you cannot learn if you don't try. You've got to commit to at least trying this out for yourself. And what you're going to find is it's a lot easier than you think. It is not difficult. And your computer is not going to blow up in smoke if you enter something wrong. In fact, it may even tell you if you misspell it. So don't worry about it. You're not going to hurt anything or anybody. Try it. And if you say to yourself, I'm computer illiterate, well, then you always will be. But if you say to yourself, I'm going to learn this, and then you make the attempt, you will learn it. And don't just think about this particular class. Get on the YouTube and go to YouTube University. Learn from there. There's plenty of beginner level AI tools that you can learn from. This is something you can do, and it will help your business. That's the beauty of it. Right? How about we do this again next Monday?
Sure.
I'll post it again in the Profit First with a new link, and I'll make this a weekly occurrence for the next 3 weeks until we get it comfortable with it. And I want you guys to come back to me with your successes. What did you learn? What did you find out? What cool things did you pull out of AI? Did it work for you? If it didn't work for you, let's try it again and try it here. And how else are you going to learn if you don't try? And you're trying with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Terry.
Somebody here going to laugh at you or make fun of you. I'll boot them out of the group. Don't make me
Been
mad.
done.
Yeah. It's like my kids. Don't make me get up out of this recliner. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I really have. I've enjoyed preparing for it and going over it with you. I hope it works. Hope you find it easy. Let's just meet up next week. I'll post it in Profit First sometime tomorrow, and I'll post the link. It'll take me a little while to edit this to get out my mistakes. That's the beauty of editing. I can make me look smart. All right, guys.
Thanks, AI.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Y'all have
Thanks,
a great
Jerry.
day.
Thanks, Jerry.
We'll talk again. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.